Massive spoilers for episode 85, 86, 87, and 88 of LEGO Ninjago Masters of Ninjitsu. If you have not seen the latest season, Hunted, don't watch this video. Spoilers ahead. So, episode 88 just came out, and today we're going to be going over the thing that most caught my attention. Ironically, was the most throwaway line in the entire episode. The few seconds that were relegated to basically explaining what happened to Camile, the Master of Form. Now, this is easily probably one of the most forgotten elemental masters. However, something that the Iron Baron said earlier caught my attention. The ONI are shapeshifters. What is the Master of Form's power? Shapeshifting. You see where I'm going with this? Today I'm going to be going over 3 things I think could possibly be happening with this character and also Ash. Well, as we revealed later, partner, I suppose we could say. And as Karloff did indeed mention, she is now a bad girl. So, today we're going to be going through this. Let's get into it. Starting from the most basic area, they could simply be working for Garmadon. Now, yes, this is possible, especially considering how Ash treated Kai during their fight. They could very well be evil. A lot of people did theorize this back when the original trailer dropped. However, there are issues with this. The first being, how would they, after getting to know the other elemental masters, knowingly betray them? So, if they did work for Garmadon, would they seriously stay on that side? I do have my doubts about Ash, as we really don't know much about him at all. And Camile seemingly would just probably try and do things for her own benefit. It's very possible. You see, a lot of people are in this mindset that all the elemental masters are good because they helped fight one time. That was for survival. Do we really know what's going to happen now? Can we really call all of these characters good just on the basis of them interacting with the ninja? They did all enter Chen's tournament, remember? So now it's time to go in the complete opposite direction. What if they aren't actually evil at all? And they simply just aren't in this season for whatever reason. They could simply just be written out of it because retcons, and the ONI now shapeshift, so at least we're told they shapeshift, so conflicting, so perhaps just removing these characters with powers that might contradict what's being said might be useful. Also, considering how the Firstborn's been using the elemental power, do you think it would have the power of form? Now, there is an issue of Camile having an elemental dragon, but these are a bit weird at the moment. It's retconable. And now this is the point in the video where you all call me insane and click off immediately. Okay, I'm just going to put this out there right now. This theory is completely nuts, and it bases off a lot of other theories of mine, so I'm going to be leaving some links in the description to other videos I've made on this if you want more information. It has to do with the Overlord. So if you remember back in 2015, we kind of learned about, well, Ash's Overlord symbols. Now, a lot of people suspected he'd be evil back then, and when it turned out he wasn't, yeah, it kind of was dropped, and no one thought about it again until, well, recently. However, something sinister was afoot when I realized that the Master of Form wasn't with the good guys. This is interesting, and taking into account Garmadon's ONI power, with telekinesis, limb growth I suppose, and super hard skin, something didn't add up. If the ONI powers are supposed to be the opposite of the elemental powers, why aren't there more of them? And exactly how does that work? Was there one ONI that knew all the powers, like there's the Firstborn? How did the first Ninjitsu Master give out one half, not the other? You're going to have to bear with me for this. Let me start at the beginning. It's my personal theory that the Overlord and the first Ninjitsu Master are the same being, or at least at one point were the same being. Now, when it was revealed that the first Ninjitsu Master was the grey area between the ONI and the dragons, something didn't make sense. If He abandoned the realm of good and evil, basically incarnate, only to go into a realm where he picked a side anyway. What was the point of leaving? If this Overlord showed up and was completely unrelated to him, why would he suddenly pick the dragon side, the elemental powers? Why would he spread them around? What if, this whole time, he's just been fighting himself? And the reason why the Overlord is a dragon, but also evil, and has the power of, I suppose, the ONI, is because he is the first military master, but at the highest level of evil. Think about a highly evolved Garmadon. If the first military master is a really powerful dragon, then the Overlord must be an incredibly powerful ONI. It looks like a dragon. There's both. They're both. This resonated with me even more when I realized how the other masters got their powers and how they were spread out. If the first military master was going for balance, why would he build him up as the good side? And although that Lloyd and Garmadon's relationship were well developed, but not exactly consistent with the character we knew before, why would he not want him to go that route? If he was a balance, wouldn't he want them to be perfect on both sides? If they're the same as him, wouldn't he want them to be dead in the middle and not leaning dangerously to the dragon side? Unless, of course, he split from the Overlord and was basically the dragon half. Basically embodying the balance, one of him being evil and the other good. Now, I hear you asking, how does this relate to Camile and Ash? And this is where it gets a bit crazy. I suggest this. Camile is an ONI, and Ash is the Overlord, somehow. Or perhaps they're working with the Overlord, waiting for his return, hiding just under the noses of the good guys. Huh? Yeah, I mean, everyone thinks Mistake is an ONI, so Camile, ONI,